Ever wondered when is the best time to visit popular landmarks in Washington, D.C? If so, you're in for a treat. In this video, we'll explore the optimal times to visit 10 of the most beloved landmarks in the nation's capital. From the awe-inspiring Lincoln Memorial to the grandiose U.S. Capitol, from the iconic White House to the comprehensive Smithsonian Museums, we've got you covered. We're going to shed some light on when you can get the best experience out of each of these glorious attractions. And remember, if you enjoy our content, don't hesitate to subscribe. Your support goes a long way in helping us create more guides like this one. Feel free to share this video with your friends and family who may be planning their own DC adventure, and we'd love to hear your thoughts, so do leave us a comment. Stay with us as we begin our countdown with number 10. Starting our countdown at number 10 is the National Mall. This iconic stretch of green in the heart of Washington, D.C. is a must-visit on any trip to the capital. But when is the best time to visit? Well, there's no one-size-fits-all answer, as it largely depends on your personal preferences. If you're looking to avoid the crowds, your best bet would be to visit early in the morning or late in the afternoon. These times also offer the bonus of cooler temperatures during the summer months. However, if you're more interested in the atmosphere, there's nothing quite like the National Mall buzzing with life in the middle of the day. Now, consider the seasons. The spring and fall offer the most pleasant weather, with the added bonus of cherry blossoms in spring or vibrant fall colors. So, the best time to visit the National Mall would be early morning or late afternoon during spring or fall. At number 9, we have the U.S. Capitol. This iconic symbol of American democracy is not just a tourist attraction, but also a bustling hub of legislative activity. So, when is the best time to visit? Well, it's a bit of a balancing act. If you're interested in watching a live legislative session, you'll want to visit when Congress is in session. However, keep in mind that the Capitol can be quite crowded during these periods. For a more relaxed experience, consider visiting during off-session periods. You'll have a better chance of joining a guided tour and exploring the historic halls at your own pace. Regardless of when you choose to visit, aim for early morning or late afternoon. These times tend to be less crowded, offering a more enjoyable and less rushed experience. And there you have it. Whether you're a history buff or a political enthusiast, weekdays in the early morning or late afternoon prove to be ideal for visiting the US Capitol. Scene script. Coming in at number 8 is the iconic White House. The White House, the official residence and workplace of the United States President, is a must-see for anyone visiting Washington, D.C. But when is the best time to visit this historical landmark? Well, there are several factors to consider. First, public tours are offered Tuesday through Thursday from 7:30 in the morning to 11:30, and Fridays and Saturdays from 7:30 to 1:30. So if you're interested in exploring the inside of the White House, you'll want to plan your visit around these times. Another factor to consider is the crowd. The White House is a popular tourist spot, so it's usually less crowded in the early morning hours. Lastly, security measures can also affect your visit. It's important to remember that all public tours are subject to last-minute cancellations for security reasons. Therefore, the best time to visit the White House would be during its public tour hours in the morning. At number 7, we have the Smithsonian Museums. Now, if you're looking to dodge the crowds and enjoy these world-renowned museums in relative peace, weekdays are your best bet. More specifically, try to plan your visit for the early morning. Arriving when the doors first open will give you a head start on the day's visitors and allow you to experience the exhibits without the usual hustle and bustle. Furthermore, be sure to check in advance for any special exhibits or events that might be happening during your visit. The Smithsonian often hosts unique exhibits that are well worth seeing, but they can also attract larger crowds. So, you'll want to plan accordingly. As for opening hours, most of the Smithsonian Museums are open 7 days a week, from 10 in the morning to 5:30 in the afternoon, with extended hours during certain times of the year. So, weekdays, especially in the early morning, are the best times to explore the Smithsonian Museums. Number 6 on our countdown is the Lincoln Memorial. This iconic monument, dedicated to the 16th President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, is a must-visit when you're in Washington, D.C. But when is the best time to go? Well, let's take into consideration factors like crowd, lighting, and events. During peak tourist season, the memorial can be quite crowded, especially during the day. However, early morning can be a serene time to visit with fewer people and a peaceful ambience, but if you want to witness the memorial in all its grandeur, consider visiting at night. The monument is beautifully illuminated, casting a majestic glow that adds to its grandeur, plus the crowds thin out, providing a more intimate experience. In terms of events, the Memorial Day and Independence Day celebrations are spectacular, but be prepared for larger crowds. Therefore, visiting the Lincoln Memorial at night provides a unique and less crowded experience. Coming in at number 5 is the Washington Monument. This towering obelisk is a must-see when in Washington, D.C., and timing your visit just right can make the experience even more memorable. Considering the weather, the monument is best admired on a clear day. Overcast skies may obscure the view from the top, whereas a sunny day will allow you to appreciate the majesty of the surrounding cityscape. As for the crowd, the monument tends to draw in quite a number of visitors. To avoid long lines and bustling crowds, try visiting early in the morning or late in the afternoon. Lastly, keep in mind the elevator operation times. The monument's elevator, which takes you up to the observation deck, operates from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So you'll want to plan your visit within these hours. Hence, early morning or late afternoon on a clear day would be the ideal time to visit the Washington Monument. At number 4, we have the Jefferson Memorial. This neoclassical beauty, dedicated to the third U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson, is a sight to behold. But when is the best time to visit the Jefferson Memorial? Let's consider a few factors. First, the crowds. As with any popular landmark, the Jefferson Memorial can get busy. If you prefer a quieter experience, consider visiting early in the morning or late in the evening. The memorial is open 24 hours a day, and the quieter times offer a serene environment to reflect on history. Next, let's talk about lighting. The Jefferson Memorial is beautifully lit at night, providing a stunning backdrop for your photos. Lastly, the cherry blossom season. The memorial is surrounded by cherry blossom trees which bloom in early spring, typically around late March to early April. The sight of the blossoms against the memorial is truly breathtaking. So, the best time to visit the Jefferson Memorial would be during the evening or during the cherry blossom season. Number 3 on our list is the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum. A poignant reminder of a dark chapter in history, this museum requires a quiet, reflective visit. To avoid crowds and have a more intimate experience, it's recommended to visit on weekday mornings. This is when the museum is often less crowded, allowing you more time and space to take in the exhibits. The museum opens its doors at 10 o'clock in the morning from Monday to Friday and at 11 o'clock on weekends. If you're interested in special exhibits or events, do check the museum's official website for the latest schedule. These can provide more depth to your understanding and are often best enjoyed when it's quieter. Remember, the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum is not just a place to visit, but a place to remember and learn. Therefore, weekday mornings are the best time to visit the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum. Coming in at number 2 is the Library of Congress. The Library of Congress, an emblem of knowledge, is a destination that invites you to delve into the pages of history. So when is the best time to visit? Well, let's take a look. The Library of Congress offers guided tours and has reading rooms open to the public. For an immersive experience, it's ideal to visit when these services are at their peak. The tours usually run from Monday to Saturday, and the morning hours are often less crowded, making it an opportune time to visit. The reading rooms are open from Monday to Friday. To get the most out of your visit, consider arriving early in the morning when the rooms are quieter and less busy. And let's not forget the special exhibits. They change throughout the year, so keep an eye on the library's calendar to plan your visit accordingly. Hence, the best time to visit the Library of Congress would be during the weekdays, especially in the morning. And finally, at number 1, we have the Supreme Court of the United States. There's no better place to witness the highest court in the land than in the heart of Washington, D.C. But when's the best time to visit, you ask? Well, let's delve into that. The most enriching experience at the Supreme Court is during its public sessions. These occur on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, typically from 10 in the morning until noon, from October through April. Witnessing these sessions is an unparalleled experience. To see justice in action is truly awe-inspiring. However, if you're seeking a more leisurely visit, guided tours are available throughout the year. These tours are less crowded during the winter months, offering a more intimate experience. Regardless of when you choose to visit, the Supreme Court of the United States is a must-see landmark in Washington, D.C., so the best time to visit the Supreme Court of the United States is during its public sessions. That brings us to the end of our countdown. We've journeyed through the best times to visit some of Washington, D.C.'s most popular landmarks. From the breathtaking expanse of the National Mall to the awe-inspiring architecture of the U.S. Capitol, we've explored the ideal moments to view the White House, the Smithsonian Museums, the Lincoln Memorial, and the Washington Monument. We've even delved into the optimal hours for the Jefferson Memorial, the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, the Library of Congress, and the Supreme Court of the United States. These times are designed to help you avoid crowds, enjoy the sights, and make the most of your visit to this historic city. So, plan your trip accordingly and immerse yourself in the rich, compelling tapestry of Washington, D.C. Remember, these are just guidelines. The best time to visit these landmarks is truly whenever you can make it. Safe travels!